So after that lovely diatribe of the last game, which was against Shyvana, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's my turn to get carried, right? Right? Pretty fucking please. This game is literally telling me, go fuck yourself. Nope, you have to prove you belong here. Everybody else has a free ride, but you have to prove you belong here. What happens? I'm against Ryze. I'm comfortable with this matchup up until this. I completely disrespected Ryze and I died for it. We trade evenly. I actually trade better because I have shield and he doesn't. I completely, right, and utterly fucked this by not realizing how much damage the Q did. He's like sticking to me and it's like, well crap, I like just watch. I did not expect this at all. Like 3 Qs. I have no words for this besides I completely fucked up. This lane is difficult to begin with until you get the right items and then I give him first blood, which I never do. And is it my turn to get carried? Because I would love it if I did, because yay, I gave first blood. I'm going to feed horribly now. I'm going to get carried by my team, right? My ass. But already it's worse than the last game because I'm already behind. So I was like, can we do anything? Yep, because Ryze is fucking hyper aggressive because he knows he has to be, but at the same time Ryze top is Ryze top. Like you can see, he's positioning himself in a way that cuts me off from escape, and then it's like, well, you've just boned yourself, but at the same time I'm now leaving so you can't hit me because I know he already used splashed, and I just need the kill to Leslie instead. It's fine. There was an option to push the lane out to his turret. The problem was, because he's that much stronger than I am, I don't actually want that option to be a thing. We are now... No, he's still ahead of me. Because he got first blood, I only got an assist. I haven't actually been back either. So I'm just waiting for it to push to my turret. He wants to harass me under the turret, so I'm just being as much of a pansy as I can. I did that wrong, I should have E'd and then Q'd the other creep, but shit happens. It's 3 AM, give me a break. I am human, I make mistakes as well. Admittedly, that was a mistake that I should never have made. But, God. Where did Ryze ward? Yeah, he warded try, that's why. You can guess this, right? You can guess where people ward sometimes. Just by observation, by how they play, right? Leslie comes here. I saw him. You can see him. A, he's laughing, so he knows he's there, and he's just being really passive about it and just being an angle where Leslie can't. But you can see he doesn't go back aggressive on my face. That's just what happens when you have jungle presence, right? It's sort of, I can't go aggressive because I run the risk of being ganked, but because he hasn't immediately gone back to me anytime soon, as soon as he left, you know that the ward isn't here. So most likely he saw him and try, and then you can work around that, or at least you tell your jungler that, and then he can try and work around it at some point. I'm trying to protect maximum range because right now I don't want to risk dying anymore. He's going to run out of mana, right? Soon as he starts running out of mana, he can't combo correctly, he'll run out of mana halfway through fighting you, it happens. Right now is like, he's going to start using abilities, then we use that small gap to jump in, do some damage and jump out again. Because at the end of the day, your Q heals, his doesn't. If he doesn't go completely flat out aggressive on your face like you saw at level 1, he'll lose. Because you regenerate and he doesn't. Over the long run. You can see he's now trying to conserve mana, right? So you have two options. You're going to force him to use it if you're around full health. Or you can do what I do, which is just run to the bush because I know Leslie's there, and like as soon as I go this way, it's sort of, well, I get the opportunity to fight him on my terms because he wants to chase me down to throw his shit at me so he can retaliate, right? You use that to your advantage. Quite clearly he doesn't know where Leslie is. I'm running down because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where Leslie is, so I'm gambling he won't actually follow me. And then I wait for myself to reload. He's underneath the turret, then we retaliate because we can. The main thing with Ryze is that you have to time your pull correctly when you're in an actual fight. If you time it correctly, you can dodge 2 of his abilities, 1 if you're unlucky. So watch what he's doing in slow motion, like we're concentrating right now. And then it was like, he's going to throw E, then he's going to throw Q, right? I pull at just the right moment so that I'll like either one or both of them miss. So the main thing is to dodge the Q at all fucking costs. They know their damage, but the point is a lot of them assume that you won't be able to pull in time. Or that you won't pull at the correct time. And like, if Ryze can't throw his spells, then his damage output is severely gimped. It's like, it works in almost in a parallel fashion, really, with regards to Ryze. It's like, if you just flat out trade, he'll be able to hit your face, right? Then he can just keep doing damage to you because you're not pulling. Whereas if you pull, not only do you absorb his spells, it means that he can't cast any more at you, which means you can reload and he can't. It evens the battlefield, basically. But you have to wait till you're like a higher level, because at level 1 to like 3 or something, your cooldowns are just what the fuck. So, that equalized the lane. Oh yeah, bot lane's Norton 3. I also get a lucky break that he DC'd. The other thing that you need to do is if you do this, right? Right, we spot Nautilus. I say to Leslie, Nautilus in the upper jungle, what do you want me to do? And he says, since this is the thing though, it's because we're doing Drake, he's gonna go and try and steal red. The point is, even if Ryze was here, I didn't know he DC'd, but the point was he DC'd after I killed him, so I guess it's okay. I'm also happy with the fact that I was going to be ahead of him anyway now. We are going to poke our head over at red, because Casting's in mid not going to do anything, and that means he has to back off. And then the most important thing is to also ward it, so you know if he's going to go back, and you also, your jungler knows that it's there, so he's not wasting his time. I'm picking that Ryze is missing. I'm wondering whether he's gone to like do something else, and it takes me a while to click that actually he's just DC'd. At this moment in time, I was like, well, he's probably DC'd. So it took good 10-20 seconds. Nope, I still think he's DC'd. I don't know where he's gone. It's just he's spent an anomalously large amount of time out of the lane, therefore I'm gonna have to upload. It was a shame really, because he knew what he was doing. Like, this is the type of aggressive balls to Ryze that people at top lane hate and rely on a jungle and do something about. So yeah. Oh yeah, Leslie died. So we keep playing. I'm even though I shouldn't have death on my place anyway, and he's still trying to play aggressive, right? I have enough for Spirit Visage, and that's the first thing I buy in this matchup. Against Rumble, this is the first thing you should buy in this matchup. But yeah, they're fighting. It's a bit weird really. He gets out, and then unless he doesn't commit, he commits a bit late. But once you get to 9 and you have the Spirit Visage, you can freely trade with Ryze. As long as you don't fuck up like I did. Or you don't give him an edge of any sort. Right now he's in mid, therefore I'm just shoving this in. There's nothing up here. Once you get a Spirit Visage, it's just defense beats defense at this point, and he can't wear you down because you're Vlad. And the amount of MR and the CDR means that if he wants to fight, it's like this is the result of what happens. Hold your fucking nerve and keep fighting, right? You can see he's trying it, and now I'm like, well, A, he's out of mana, B, he's doing no damage to me. I'm just going to chase him down and inflict all the punishment I can in the world. It's like, I don't care because I can regenerate it and you can't. That is the thing. Once you have Spirit Visage, his damage output just becomes negligible. I saw Nautilus coming up, which is why I left. And we see that he wants to back because there's no way he's going to stay here, therefore we're going to keep shoving this in. It doesn't matter that it, like this, I think it does matter that he's like a level behind as well. But in general, against anyone, once you get your primary defensive item, you have a great deal more room to breathe if you want to play it that way. Sometimes against really rough lanes, I'll go Ryze first as well. Like some really, really tough Irelias, I'll do that if I really have to. If I can afford a Giant's Belt, I will afford a Giant's Belt. Now we can have some that you can consider a bit more fair, right? I'm on 65. I'm on 66% he on 100. This is the result of the fighting, right? I'm barely losing anything. I will just keep queuing him, and he's down to nothing. I can keep queuing shit. I can keep queuing shit. I can regenerate. And now I just want to regenerate, but I don't have a revolver, so it's going to take a while. Like, technically I should not stay here, but it's like, if he wants to kill me, then he's going to die as well. That's the bottom line. I technically shouldn't be Eing because it's costing way too much health. It didn't matter, he took the tower shot, I just got the other Q off because that's what CDR does. You allow you to get 2 Qs. Alt Q, wait until he Qs you, pull, and then Q again afterwards. I didn't have to give him the kill, but right now it's sort of... Well, I know it benefits him more because he's a level behind, but looking at the state of the game, we have an AD cannon who is Norton 1, like okay CS, but then we have a Norton 8 bot lane, Norton 9 bot lane, Norton 10 bot lane. I've just finished carrying a game. Can someone please give me a fruiting break? Oh yeah, and jungler died again. Way! I'm the only lane which isn't completely and utterly... Look at the fucking scoreboard! What do you want me to do? Ryze still hasn't learned, right? This is actually what happens in this matchup. Once you get past 9, you have a Spirit Visage. He Qs you, it does no damage. You Q something, and you regenerate all the damage in the world. Like, oh no, I'm back to full health again. Like, if you want to play this game, Ryze, we will play this game. You position yourself aggressively, and we will keep pressing the situation. I see, I'm still on this HP. He can't regenerate it. And I'm back to full HP. Oh, look, mid's dead again. Why? Because for the glory of Satan, that's why. It also helps that once you get a Hextech Revolver, there's no way he'll win the game. There's no way he'll win the matchup because you have CDRs, you take no damage, you take even more CDs, all sorts of things. It's just this combo against any AP top generally means that you no longer die and the lane is yours. If the lane lasts this long, it's where Vladimir shines. Half the game with Vlad is outplaying your opponent to live till 9, and the other half is outplaying the opponent with low health and being able to outdo a surprising amount of damage. But right, it's 19 minutes, it's 16-3, all the lanes have basically collapsed. I was wondering whether I'd even be able to do anything because of my build. Like, this build is not damage, it's like sustained survival. And it takes a while before this actually does anything, but luckily I managed to get a shutdown. On who? On Thresh! Why? Because the bot lane wants to give kills out like candy. Watch this. Right, Ryze is in a position where he wants to fight. Let's assume that Leslie didn't show up. You can see it in his mind, right? I'm going to go back to the turret. He's putting himself in the way. I'm saying, fuck you. I know Leslie's right here. I can just fight you immediately. That's the reason why I pull at this moment as opposed to wait until he Qs me again. But you can see at this stage of the game, right? Leslie hasn't turned up. He's on 400 HP. I'm still close to 50. Yeah, he's fucked. Your CDs get equally ridiculously low once you get to like 9. Just abuse that fact. Abuse pool, and you will ruin his day. But early on, if you even mildly screw up the laning, you will be in for a world of hurt. A, because he'll freeze it, which there are two things. Either Ryze will just go completely aggressive and smack you under the turret like a bitch, or he can freeze it at his turret and zone you out, which is even worse because you can't do anything and you won't get lanes at all. Oh look! n00b bot lane! And this game, Leslie is not fed. Yeah, so our ADC is doing nothing. Our AP mid is, oh wait, no, he's AD. Right. On the other hand of the spectrum, we have Vayne, who is 8-0-4, and by God does a shit ton of damage. Gaston is actually vaguely fed, but I have no idea what the fuck that build is. It's just Vayne 8-0-4. Are you actually serious? The only thing that we have going for us right now, I have told Leslie, is the fact that we have Kennen and we have Vlad. There was a period of time in a few seasons ago when this is considered the strongest team comp there was. Just AoE team comps. We have that going for us. It's solo queue. It'll be a clusterfuck, and it might, not should, there's no guarantee, but it might do something. Right now I'm saying I want to engage this because Ryze is top. Can we do anything? Answer, we're gonna try. I eliminate people left, right and center because that is what I do. This is also funny. So, fresh after just killing 2 people because I felt like it, or do you want to see the fight again because why not? Just tell people when you want to fight. People are completely oblivious to plain facts like Ryze is top. Yeah, okay, Karma's not heroes either. What's more important, Karma or Ryze, right? So, we engage. Get the ult up on 3 people. Unfortunately, Kennen is in no good spot whatsoever, and this is why I take Flash nowadays. Because it allows you to just reposition instantly, as opposed to eventually. Fresh out of the fighting, around just over 50% HP. Ryze shows up and wants to play, and it's like, I don't care about your shit. I have the CDRs, I can just murder you if I so please. And he realizes it. I could have taken the kill, but it's more, well, it's just more humiliating, and it's actually more gold for everybody else if other people get involved, of which you have to bear in mind sometimes. Overall gold, letting people assist is better than just kill them by yourself. But that is what happens when you have this build. It's just, it doesn't matter. He doesn't do enough damage to you. You regenerate, you do absurd amounts of damage back because he hasn't got any defensive items at all. Vaguely high base damages on a very, very low rotation speed equals, it doesn't matter. You will just, even if you build defensive items, you will eventually wear through them and you can just blow them up later. In the meantime, Karma died. Norton 8 support. This is probably familiar to a lot of you, isn't it? So yeah, we have me being fed on the team, and then we have, oh yeah, no one else. No one else is even neutral. Gold-wise, I have 9.3, which is actually more than any of them at all. Because I've been farming, I've been killing shit, I've been doing everything. It's like, take care of Ryze, Vlad. Take care of everyone, Vlad. Carry me, Vlad. Please, Vlad. And I'm just trying to ask Kennen when his ult is, because right now we're just doing some poking. I don't actually care about their damage right now, which is pretty much why I'm just here. It's like, well, Ryze is fucked up. Let's kill him. He will die of AIDS. We leave him. We then move about and we kill Vayne. Hold your fucking nerve as to the procs. Remember that E ignores cloak. And just do that. That's the other thing about if you watch this again. Cloak, I'm too used to sci-fi. Ignore stealth or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Damage I'm taking, negligible. So you can afford to just stay on the front. Kennen, however, on the other hand, is getting completely blown up whilst I don't actually care. Vayne was nowhere near the fight. So at the same time, just target priorities. We would EQ Thresh because we just ignore Nautilus because all he ever does is sit around and be fucking annoying. We then see Vayne. We then walk out the way, we EQ her. We try to stay away from a wall, but the point was, we then try to slow her down. I'm still trying to stay away from a wall. She then stealths, goes. I can see where she's going, but it's like she's low enough health. I can probably just E her to kill her, right? And then try and Q her as soon as she pops out of stealth because Condemn takes a while. Result, I get 3 kills. I mean, Kennen, I guess, did something, but I don't 9 and 2. Can someone, like, please do something who isn't me? Oh look, Karma's worth money again. This is a fucking disaster. One of the great things about Vlad is the fact that people just cannot hit you. And that's what Vayne wants to do, that's what Vayne can't do. It's like you alt EQ, or we'll just see later. Alt EQ and then EQ again will generally kill them, and if you do it correctly, they actually won't be able to get anything done because you are pulled in the middle and it stops them from regenerating, stops them hitting you, stops them getting out of the way. Black man died. Why are you guys even here when I am not? I'm telling people, you need me in a fight. You can't fight without me. Therefore, the obvious thing to do, right, is to do everything possible to get yourself killed. Come, I clap for you, you fucking retards. But really, I'm using Kennen right now, who is still going pure AD purely for the CC. Oh yeah, Karma died. I warned you it would be a disaster. She's worth money again. Stop feeding my fucking lane when I'm trying to carry your ass. I actually can't believe we actually had more gold at this point. Doesn't matter, because all the gold's concentrated on me, therefore I have to do fucking everything. What is up with this build right now? If you may or may not have noticed, I have on 40% CDR. Because Leandries, because I could, that's, if you want the honest answer, it's because this is what I could afford, right? I had to be this to deal with Ryze, this to Q more? To have lower CDR. I could afford to upgrade to Water, and I knew at the moment I need to maintain my power curve, therefore I bought this as well. And Leandros was to deal with the inevitable health stack that was going to come along. I assumed that he would build health, I assumed you would build health, he would have some because of Rod. I thought Casting would build, and apparently he didn't, so fuck that. But it helps because it makes me tanky as well. That's the reasoning. And now I'm in a terrible position. I knew Thresh. This is the thing, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, but, yeah. The beast is most dangerous when he is cornered. And that is what we learned here. This is a terrible position to be in, but luckily, because of, I don't know, right, here's the thinking about it. There's a fight up top, I want to go to it. It's like, if I technically want to fight both of them because I can, but if I'm not actually in the middle of the main fight, it's like, we're going to lose anyway. So I go there, I see Thresh is charging it, he probably knows what I want to do, so I go backwards and hit him instead. Except then that I'm trying to run away in time so that the Condemn won't pin me to the wall and go over here instead. I fail. Right? Thresh actually makes an error in that he didn't wait for the stun to wear off before exhausting me, but the point was I'm exhausted, I don't actually want to use any abilities, I just hold on to my nerve and just wait for this to wear off. The thing is, you are allowed... I'm not sure when exhaust actually applies its reduction, when the damage hits or when the damage is applied. I mean, if I apply Hemoplague, will the exhaust actually count then, or will it not count at all? I'm not actually sure, but I'm just waiting for it to fall off. I assume that Hemoplague wouldn't be affected in this case. I just waited until everything was done, just heal and just went for it because, yeah, I had to. As a result, I just blew up Vayne instantly. She had all the time in the world to keep hitting me, and as soon as she was like done with it, just smack her over the head. Because damage. If she wants to pick a fight with you, then you kill her. That is as simple as that. The problem with Vlad is like things like, oh, the days of blue build Ezreal were just, Vlad relies on other people to actually be in range of him. Either your team CCs him, yep, Leslie got executed. Either your team CCs him so you can close with them, or they decide to pick a fight with you so you don't have to do anything at all, just walk up to you. And right now I am wondering what the fuck is going on, saying let's do the Baron, do the Baron, do the Baron, ignore Kassadin, do the fucking Baron, Karma please don't die because you're a scrub. And all the time, I'm just here watching what's going on. Didn't realize that Leslie was tanking. I should have been tanking, and Leslie died. At this moment in time, I realized that Kassadin might try to steal it, which is why I have to save my last bit of... I have to save something to try to kill it, because if he had got it, that would have been disaster. And it would have been completely my fault for not paying attention. But yeah, Leslie died to the Baron because of a useless scrub. Come on, you're meant to be carrying this with me. Do what you did last game and actually do something. Rah. Again, I don't have Zhonya's this game. Because at this moment in time, if you build this tanky, you don't need it that soon. As opposed to if you're going to go for a more glass cannon approach, you need it. Just bear that in mind. It's an item I really want on Vlad, but at the same time, it's a matter of priorities, and sometimes you just don't need it. The damage is real. We will take on the world with nothing but me and my face. Chase after them, kill everything in sight. The Reaper of Souls has arrived, and it is coming and it's hungry. That is all it is. Kennen jumps in, he's getting melted by Ryze. But at the same time, he tries to do damage to me. Like, as soon as he cued me, it just, yeah, you're seeing this yourself. Nothing. I can get a good ult on 3 people. Kassadin's here. Nautilus is here. I have no reason not to fight. And we have Baron as well. So we just go for it. We avoid the freaking cage because we have to. And then I try going for Vayne's face. That was a brilliant flash, Kenny. You went straight into the turret. 10 out of 10. The other thing about EQ, I assume, is that it's a shorter range than Q. Is it a shorter range? I'm almost certain it is, and therefore you try to E first, because it'll follow them if it fires. If it fires, it'll follow them, therefore you use it. The one thing I've done with, like, just done recently, is play Vlad so much to the point that I'm actually just hard carrying games. This was something of... This is actually pretty funny because of how much I'm just ripping everyone to pieces. Like, do you want to fight? I know you want to fight. How about you? And all the while, I'm just sitting here and I'm just trying to hunt people down to kill. Just everyone is scared of me whilst I'm still on half HP. Everyone's just running around. I'm still on full HP and everyone's just scared, and scared some more. I then fuck this up entirely. I thought, would AIDS be enough to kill Nautilus? Not sure, but it should be able to, surely, because I'm level 17. I'm not sure how he didn't die, if I'm honest. Spectre's Cowl, is that it? I then get exhausted. I should have pulled the hook, but I didn't. Right. I actually wanted the EQ hook, but I didn't. How did they only take 100 damage from AIDS? That is ridiculous. What? I thought that would be enough to kill him. Why is this not enough to kill you? did this only do 200 damage? Oh, because I have a voice staff. Right, problem solved. So yeah, I misjudged that. I shouldn't have used aids there. I had no reason to, but I thought it was greedy, thought it was a kill. I should have pulled the hook, but I'm mechanically bad, therefore I didn't, and they got the kill. But it was still a funny run, just running around in their base, not going back, knowing that they have a fountain to resupply on. I don't, but I'm still in full health, and you can't deal with me. You know the people who just go in top lane and wait for 2 people to come and then deal with them? Their entire team was here trying to deal with me and they couldn't do it. Right now I'm actually speaking a lot more, asking Ken when the fuck he's going to be done with his ult so he can charge in, and then I can as well. It doesn't matter that he's AD as opposed to AP, he has to lock everyone down, and that allows me to output damage. Leslie unfortunately has to wait for his item because he's just like that, he's like bottom of the list of getting farm. I'm now trying to desperately get a Void Staff out. Except I don't. This is the first time I've actually gone ahead and bought tier 3 boots on Vlad. I don't respect them very much, but right now I feel that I need to be faster. I need to run around and actually kill everything, or else we're not going to win. Right. Why has Karma got a banner of freaking command? I don't know, but I'm telling them I want to fight, and we must fight when we can. Therefore, we engage. Still no good like alt target. Therefore, we won't. I have 4 people on me, but we have the priority targets dealing with right here. We have heal, we have Zhonya's. Good baits are good. Kellen, that's not how you do it. Sorry to tell you. These are 2 games of basically showing you that sometimes your entire team wishes to implode around you. You just have to have faith in just knowing what your champion can do. In Vladimir's case, it is melting people if you're given the chance to. Also, just coordinate with people. Like I said in the LeBlanc guide, you have to go around and rally the retards. The only thing you don't do as Vlad is go ganking, really. And that is it. Bot lane collapse, mid lane collapse. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. You just have to do something about it. Just do something and do it well. Oh look, Lucian died again because racism. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired and my back is fucking aching. Oh, dear me. So what have we learned? In this matchup versus Ryze, you should rush defensive items and then just start hitting him back once you're comfortable. Whatever the fuck happens, don't do what I did, which is completely disrespect him and expect to get away with it. Aggressive to pounds and head retarded aggressive Ryze will be the bane of your life. Having an incompetent jungler will be the bane of your life. But yeah, that's life, isn't it? We also learned that even if all your lanes collapse, you should at least try to see if you can salvage something. Because at the end of the day, your ult will turn team fights. The fact that people underestimate what Vlad does turns team fights. People that eventually they realize that you're a complete monster and have to focus you, and you deny them the chance to focus you, turns team fights. So we've learned these 2 videos that just have faith in killing people. And this is why a lot of people, I don't know if they do anymore, regard Vlad as the hyper carry, because hyper carries are designed to just output shit tons of damage, and that is what Vlad does. That's in fact pretty much all he does. If he falls behind, conversely, there's nothing you can really do, because you're just irrelevant for so long in the game. Because all you do is farm, and then you don't really snowball either, because you just farm better, I suppose. Arguably, you could argue that because you're allowed to farm better, you can get into team fights. It means you know your damage and you can just kill everything. But we had this discussion with Leslie of how if I'm behind, then there's really nothing he can do because I don't have any CC. I have no method of actually killing them or holding them in place or making an outplay. Yeah. Yeah. That is that. Those were the 2 games of the night. The other ones were just complete disasters. Not as disastrous as last night, I presume, but oh well, I ramble on enough. My name is Soviet. I hope you enjoyed these. Have fun.